Okay, so this little video is gonna be a bit over the place. It's going to be a bit of a rant about my experiences with the game and how much it's not doing so hard. Let's be honest, it's been kinda in this state before it went free to play and during after it too. I myself joined between Manco update and Headless update, way before the replay and the Uber update, so there's that. The reasons why I joined so late in quotes is that I wanted to wait until other classes got their update. So yeah, once the FJ update was dropped, I was in through the orange box. And yeah, I still have it here on my shelf. Now, the very first major update I experienced was the Headless update, which I'm glad it expanded on some form of training. At first it was alright, but nowadays it is still unfinished. The true American way, doing it half-assed. Then there is coaching, or was. Pretty much it was meant to show or help the other players by some veterans of the game. It was a nice band-aid solution if anyone would actually use it, that is. Why not just finish the training mode? Why substitute it with someone else's advice that might not work for them? That said, is anybody using the coaching mode? Yeah. Then there was the replay update. I used this one quite a bit back in the day, but not so much. Nowadays it must well be unused, due to the incident involving someone smoking weed in Valve's headquarters bathroom. Valve is still sore about that, so yeah, shame. Yep, that's why there are no more Saxxy awards. Bit stupid. This video by BigBoiGames goes further into detail. Then came the Uber update, the big one, and it had one of the more weirdest decisions out there. Making Team Fortress 2 free to play. Sure, like, that's not gonna bite you later in the ass or anything. Like, sure, more players are good, but the tutorial isn't even finished yet, remember? So yeah, that was a questionable decision. Now, we have a bunch of young bloods running around in the game making it alive as ever. Unfortunately, I would say they don't even know what they are doing, which is a problem. Anniversary update came, and yet this is one of the decisions that definitely beat Thief Fortress 2's art style in the ass. The Steam Workshop, where you can submit your ideas and concepts for items to be added in the game, and you get paid. What a deal! You get to make items for the game you love and see them in the game and get paid? Great, right? Well, at the beginning it was okay, and then there was a big nosedive of the quality, like several years later. Like, way later on, some items didn't make sense to be in Thief Fortress 2, and then some just straight up didn't match the characters at all, personality-wise and style-wise. Good job, Valve. Your lack of foresight has shown once again. Might wanna work on that. We are gonna skip the Pyromania update since I don't have much to say about it. Then came the big one, Man vs Machine. Oh boy, the waiting time, so many hours. Look, I'm gonna say that substance-wise it was okay update. What I'm gonna say is that in the beginning you had to wait hours in its matchmaking system. There's a reason videos like this popped over YouTube. In the end, story update, hidden behind a time wall that shouldn't be in the first place. Then came Robotic Boogaloo. Enough said. 2 cities updates for Man vs Machine was okay. I like that they made Medic more viable and able to revive teammates and gave him a shield, so that was good. Then came the Love and War, which was fine too. The animation that it came with it was amazing. Unfortunately, it seems to be go down here from here, because now we have the End of the Line update, which was the only true last community update. But they had to fuck it up. Like, no weapons, only cosmetics, great. Not to mention the Duck's Journal. Those stupid fucking ducks. And also, that man that was supposed to come with it was apparently too confusing according to Valve. Sure, buddy. Here, Slash made a good video on it. Highly recommend watching it. Also, I have the line. Nice name. Wonder if it meant something. Then came the first true red flag for me of an update. Gun metal. Oh boy, gun skins, because that's totally what the game needs right now, at the given time. Like, gun skins? Seriously, what is this gonna become? Counter-Strike Global Offensive? Please. What a stupid decision. But not as stupid as the next one after. Then came the Invasion update. Not really gonna touch this one. Then came the update that made me leave Team Fortress 2 for a long time. Meet your match. This was a complete disaster of the update. Look, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This update was a suicide for many players. Like a good chunk just packed their shit and left the game. I can't blame them. As Angry Joe would say,
"You done fucked it up!"
Now, there were very long queue times and penalty for early matches from Team Fortress 2. This was a dumb decision. Then there was a competitive mode. Why? To compete against who? Overwatch? Why? You know, it's quite funny, but this update made me leave the game to play Overwatch for years. Yeah, what a disaster. Like James Rowe's character, the angry video game nerd, said,
What the fuck were they thinking?
Look, I will leave ZestyJesus here to say his piece, okay? This video is informative and done in an orderly manner, so go ahead and educate yourself on this dumpster fire, okay? I don't care what you have to say about this Texan, you know he is right. You bloody know it, so like with the Jesus, get yourself enlightenment, okay? Cool. Django Inferno update. At this point I just lost all interest. Oh look, another feature locked behind a paywall. It's not like I got this game physically copy or anything, but sure, let's just add a contractor and do nothing with it for years. Sure, and for what? More gun skins? Really? Get the hell out of here. And the new power guns are just meh. The range flamethrower is just not my style, and the jetpack thing is not something I think Pyro needed. And I'm not talking about the hot hand slap or whatever it is, since I mainly run Homewrecker. Funnily enough, the banana item for the heavy seems to be the best here. Yeah, there was some kind of voting competition on Meet Your Match between Heavy and Pyro won. So Heavy got the short stick and gotten this banana item that is pretty good, in nice side grade to a sandwich. Make of that what you will. Also, where the hell is the Heavy update at? Oh, I forgot, it's Valve we are talking about here. Enough said. Not to mention the crown jewel that came with the update, the Mercenary Park map. Just no thank you. I have enough of this choke point central bullshit. Slash did another video on it, and I will leave her to say her piece again. She did a very good job. Now, sure, it wasn't all that bad always, but sure it's gonna get worse from here. Let's start with the whole skill matchmaking fiasco. Like, why do we have it in the first place? I'm here to have fun, not to win constantly. When you put it in the game like TF2 where people cycle constantly in and out of the game, when you make matchmaking style around queuing constantly, you get complete curve storms or you get half empty servers. Team Scramble existed that would somewhat mitigate the issue a bit, but that's gone now. So yeah, enjoy trying to find that one round that's actually fun these days. Just imagine if your very first time playing this game was entering into the server and you move out of spawn and the round is suddenly over. You didn't even score a single point and that's over? What? Is that how it's supposed to be Team Fortress 2 play supposed to be? Well, no. That's not how it's supposed to be at all. I am expecting to join a server anytime I want. No queuing, no waiting, no nothing. Game to play and not to wait. So how do we mitigate this? Just bring back quick play. Sure, it wasn't perfect at first, but after a while as Valve started to tweak it a bit, It was way better than this matchmaking style nonsense that we have now. Not to mention, the very casual mindset of playing the game is gone. It's all about competitive winning. It's all real winners, real losers. It's all just sweats and people who just constantly wanna play to win. Sure, I might have never had such problems with this matchmaking system, but I sure as hell saw plenty of people with problems that shouldn't even have them in the first place. Now let's talk about the tutorial. Sure, there is one, but it doesn't teach the newbies on what to do. Sure, it can give you the basics of what the Valve expects you to do, but sure as hell doesn't tell you what the community wants out of you. Does it teach you how to rocket jump? No. Spy checking? Never heard of it. Deploying Uber? I don't think so. We just gotta figure that all on your own. Makes you wonder how many players just quit without that information that they needed to know, you know, how to play the game. Let's talk about the weapons for the classes, shall we? For example, the Scout's Sandman. It was nerfed to the ground. I don't see it being used over the Rap Assassin, so why not change it a bit? Like, why not change the health penalty for the melee penalty? Or swing speed? Also the bong drink. Nobody really uses it, at least. I don't see it myself. I see people to use it sometimes, and I mainly see them use the Criticola. Also, why did we drop this team? Of the whole Juna Merc with all his different things that could give him different buffs. I mean, imagine it. How about a drink that could give them higher speed, higher durability, jump height, weapon switch speeds, and so on. All these different things that could replace their pistol. It could open the way to more playstyles. Unfortunately, we didn't have that. Social seems to be mostly okay. I don't feel like he needs any balances. Like, sure, maybe there should be some more positive gain while equipping a backpack, like maybe extra carry 2 to 3 rockets in as reserve for his RPG, but power is fine. I mainly play the class differently, more by skirmisher than your average W plus most one. Toonami is fine. I feel that he should use more demolition team weapons we have. Enough of that Demonite nonsense. How about a channel-like grenade launcher? Yeah, a pop-action grenade launcher. Cool, right? How about something dynamite team, like a secondary that is a crate of TNT that you throw the TNT sticks from, and it recharges over time when spent, like the Jackrabbit. Heavy is fine too. I feel like he could use something else than yet another minigun. Maybe a heavy belt-fed shotgun that replaces his secondary, or his primary. Just something new, that's all. NG is okay. He could maybe use a PDA that gives him completely different set of buildings, like a dispenser with a longer range of healing and resupply, but isn't as effective as base dispenser. Or maybe a sentry that shoots lasers. Cool, right? Or maybe some kind of mad scientist that would enable him to build a sentry that shoots lightning. But it's okay. He has a role and he can do it well. Maybe a minigun that could give him some damage resistance, but that's what the vaccinator is for, so there's that. Sniper is alright. Again, he has a role and he does it well. Now, the spy isn't doing so hot. I feel like he could use a bit of work. The kunai, when he was still old, he was pretty good. You just swap the health with the class. So if you would backstab a 30 health medic, you will only get 30 health, and you will be missing the other 60, putting you in disadvantage. With that, you would have to pick targets, make you think a bit. You know, not just backstab a heavy, get all the health, run away because you have all the overheal now. So yeah, that would be all. Just change the kunai to the back how it was, and that's all. Now, let's talk about something new for a spy. I got a couple of ideas. Now, the game is very much spy tech themed, you know, like a James Bond. So why not give him some James Bond inspired gadgets? like the water to PPK like pistol. That could work. How about a laser watch? How about the tranquilizer gun he had in beta? How about a smoke bomb or a special pair of fancy shoes that could give him some special movement opportunities? Sure, balance is key here, but I'm positive that at least it will work, but it would work and not break the spine's main role, being a saboteur, infiltrator, that kind of stuff. While these changes or additions are more of a hodgepodge, it would still be something that would shake up the game a bit, make it a bit fresh while still keeping with its style. Now we're going to get into the nitty-gritty, the behind the curtain stuff. Did you know that the majority of the player count for the game is fake? Yeah, majority of it are bots to farm for items for those third-party trading sites. Cool, huh? Yeah, internet is indeed dead, and we are killing it. Nobody's real and they're willing to let you know. Zesty did another good video of that topic. Watch the previous one that he put up in the video so you know the full scummy context of this. Now let's mention what you probably saw when you played the game. The regressing art style. This is mainly due to the cosmetics that they add to the game. Either something that they just doesn't fit time-wise, or just straight up lazy make cosmetics that took like what, 2 hours to make? And some of them just straight up look like made of plastic, or just like they slapped it on the work, resized it and called it a day. So yeah, not interested, thank you. And who is to blame? Why the monopoly called the TF2 Emporium? That's right, a monopoly behind a curtain of a game that's making fun of monopolies. How ironic. Honestly, I will leave these 3 videos to do the talking for me. Trust me, it's a long watch, but it's worth it. Just a little advice to look up who made the cosmetics you like. Might be one of them, just a FYI out there. Let's also throw in bot crises that was messing up the game for years, like almost a decade. Yeah, a decade of spin bots, aim bots, and just bots that could crash your game. All thanks to that matchmaking system they benefit from. So neat, right Chill? I know you're out there. Hope you're happy, you traitor. And not to mention, Valve still makes millions of this game in its current broken state. And I'm serious. The most recent ZestyJesus video goes quite deep into it. Vampires. They are just vampires. So, how do we fix this? Well, first off, we have to cut the head that feeds upon this kid's misery. We simply remove the cash reward for getting the workshop cosmetics into the game, and giving the creators a cut of the money. Because if there is no gain for the members for the monopoly, then why be around in the first place for the said monopoly? The creators will get non-tradable, non-craftable pin for their works to show off, and nothing more. You contributed, that's all. To get items into the game should be a work of passion, not for cash. Face it, this might be a harsh way to do this, but it sure as hell would fix the dying art style for sure, at least for now. Plus, don't we have already enough cosmetics for the game? Let's settle less. Let's settle for less, because less is more. Same should also be for maps. The matchmaking system is having a hard time because of the bloated map pool. Then I would say that the whole trading thing with the third-party sites needs to be curb stomped. I don't care if that's gonna make the players leave. It needs to be done with if you're gonna take care of these freeloading bots that only serve the traders and no one else. We don't need this cryptocurrency nonsense. Sometimes sacrifices need to be made, and this is one of them. Now let's talk about the player retention. In order to make sure that the players stay, we need to finish the tutorial. We can probably ask some community members how to spruce it up, make it much better, maybe create some kind of training range for them like Overwatch had, and so on. We just need to keep the players in. And the other way is to make a use of the contractor. How? Well, we are mercenaries. Make some like weekly, daily contracts for them to stick around. And or make contracts also for the unlockable weapons that we are added. Like to make them familiarize with them. You know, like the charge and touch for Demo Man and maybe for Heavyweight Sandwich. The players would see that there is much more to this game, and to make use of cosmetic items, we could, for example, for completing these contracts, we could give them those unlockable weapons to keep forever and special vouchers that they would spend on an in-game store for some cosmetics they want, or maybe some random cosmetic, to build up that collection of hats and cosmetics so they can make that special perfect loadout for them. And if they have duplicates, just trade with the other players. Better than with the robots. There you go. So, how do we all do this? Well, we need to start talking about the current state of the game as much as we can, so it can spill into social media and further. We need to get the attention of the journalists. Sure, gaming journalism isn't always the best, but sure as hell could light a fire under Valve's ass, and which is going to force them to do something. Like the one time they muted free-to players and later unmuted them because we started complaining about it. That's one part. Now the second. Valve feeds on money, so let's starve them. That's right, closing your wallet to them and only them. Make them feel the drop of the cash from Team Fortress 2 and force them actually to communicate with us, because they only understand cash. That's their lifeline. If we cut it off, they will notice. So that's my proposition, and I am sticking to it. Sure, it might take time, but if we spread this like wildfire, and if the game doesn't generate money for them, they will know that something is wrong. They will start asking questions. Why are the players of Team Fortress 2 not spending money on the game? This is what Valve needs to do, and needs to ask itself what is going on. Ask us what we want and what the game needs. So, join up, make a difference, join the hunger strike, starve Valve of their money. That's all I have to say. I know this video was a bit of a hodgepodge again, but I wanted to make several points clear. The game always had issues, and these issues are even more prominent after the Meet Your Match. It was a disaster. As I said, I left it for Overwatch. That should say you something. So yeah, that's the video. I just mainly wanted to point attention to the problems that the game has. And I feel that many of you can say the same. I'm sure all of you had a bad time with Meet Your Match, all these matchmaking bullshit. And then there is the upcoming Man vs Machine update. How are they gonna ensure that it's a high quality update that could breathe new life into the game? Well, I don't know. But I have my doubts about it, because this is what we are talking about. They're not exactly known for communicating or doing anything really. So here's the thing, just start talking about it. Start talking about the game, how it's not working, how it's all just broken. Talk about what it needs to have, what kind of weapon concept it could use. Maybe even just talk about it between your other Team Fortress 2 players. Hell, like this video, make a video out of it. That's gonna get definitely out there. Or make a hashtag about it on Team Fortress 2. Something is gonna have to happen eventually. So, I highly recommend you to go out there, make a video like this one, talking about the state of Team Fortress 2, and maybe we'll get some change. Johnny out. See y'all later.